What's going on, guys? Welcome to day number 3. Today we've got a deck that is dear to my heart, Draven Rumble, aka Drumble. This deck didn't used to be particularly good, and I'm not even sure exactly what's changed. I guess Victor getting a little bit better because, I mean, Draven getting nerfed hurts quite a bit. It being a 3-2, it's pretty easy to deal with now compared to when he was a 3-3. I guess the meta kind of just shifted quite a bit, where these linear decks are just a lot better than they used to be. Now, you know, Mono Shurima is kind of the linchpin, is the big problem, the best deck. And not only do we have a pretty good Mono Shurima matchup, but Mono Shurima is also pushing down a lot of the decks that would typically be bad matchups for us, things like Field of Rush or Darkness, a lot of these slower control decks that can deal with a Rumble, and then also just gain life and kind of deal with all of our other stuff. The deck is really, it's pretty straightforward, which is one of the reasons I like it. You basically, plan number 1 is get a Rumble down, preferably discarding some things like some Chompers or, you know, Fallen Rider or whatever. Discard all 3 cards. By the way, if you've discarded 3 cards and they kill your Rumble and you play a second Rumble, you don't have to discard any cards. All Rumbles will come into play with Quick Attack, Impact, Spell Shield. So I see people make that mistake a lot. You don't have to do that. You can discard cards, though, if you maybe have a Chompers or like a Fallen Rider or something that you want to proc and get going. But you don't have to. So Rumble plus Might is basically unbeatable by a lot of decks in the format right now, and it's just hard to counter from a lot of decks. So that is plan number 1. You win, like, I don't even know, like 90% of the time if you're able to get a Rumble and a Might off and it hits them with all the burn the deck is packing, like 3 Decimates, 3 Get Exciteds, 3 Mystic Shots, other ways to get chip damage in, like Ballistic Bot or some Poros. Some early game, typically, like it's pretty easy to close out. And of course, you could live the dream also, like Whirling Death, some big thing that's in the way if you need to like overwhelm for more damage. Whirling Death is okay in this deck. Like sometimes you blow them out with it, but it feels a little bit win more sometimes. I find that I end up using it defensively quite a bit, where I'll block with like a Rumble or a Draven or something, and then like Get Excited, or sorry, Whirling Death, something else, to not take so much damage, to level up my Draven, to protect my Rumble, things like that. The backup plan is Victor. We run a 1 of Victor is also really solid. Another way, to throw a Might on a big Victor and overwhelm kill them, or also on a bot. Well, those two are a little bit easier to deal with. The ideal curve is a Baboon on 2, getting the Chompers, and then a Rumble on 4. That's chef's kiss greatness. So you want to mulligan for those cards pretty aggressively. The things I'll keep in my hand are, my mulligans are a Rumble, a Baboon, Boom Baboon. Those are like the 2 almost auto keeps. And then against some slower matchups, Ballistic Bot is particularly good. Basically everything else, though, can get thrown away, is kind of replaceable. So even like keeping like an Urchin Grenadier on turn 1, it's okay. And if you're playing against a deck that is just going to eat that 5 damage right at the beginning, like if you're on the play on turn 1 and they just don't have 1 mana spells or units, and if you're going to hit them for 5 and they're a deck that you can burn out realistically, maybe you consider that. But typically, though, keeping stuff like that, Urchin Grenadier, Urchin, Fallen Rider, it's nice, but it's not as good as Rumble. So I think re-rolling and trying to find a Rumble is, you're going to win more often doing that. I made this mistake before where I keep like an Urchin into a Rider into a Draven, and it's not that exciting. Going 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop is really not a big deal. You're not going to beat down your opponents too much that way. There's always caveats to these rules. If you're playing against like Pirates or a really aggressive deck, then you do want to keep some things like Urchin or maybe a Poro Cannon or Definitely Boom Boon, maybe Fallen Rider. Any of the the cheap units they want to trade off and block with, then for sure. Okay, I'm super excited to get some games, so let's do it. Okay, so Riven Victor, a deck very similar to ours. They play, very much. They're just aggressive, kind of combo out, trying to overwhelm, elusive, kill you type decks. I think we have a bit of an edge, actually, in the matchup because we're able to answer a lot of their things, but it's a lot harder for them to answer Rumble. That said, here is exactly what I was talking about. This hand is a tough one. So typically you would throw these back, no problem, maybe keep a Victor. But here, they're going to be beating us down really hard, really fast. I kind of want to keep the Poro Cannon because it allows us to have elusive blockers. I'm going to... Oh, wow. Okay, I'm throwing it all. This is really scary. Okay, our hand ends up being fine. We didn't find a Rumble, though. Let's just start beating down. So the Poro Cannon is pretty nice against them. Being able to gum up the ground against their big ambush turns is pretty fantastic. But like I said, finding a Rumble is so important. So now the question is, they didn't have a 1-drop, so I think that makes it more likely that they have a 2-drop. So they play the 3/1 that gives them a blade. So I think we're just going to open here for 2, and we'll probably play out a Ballistic Bot. Had they played a 1-drop, I'd be more inclined to play the Risen Rider. I hope that they didn't have the 2-drop and just get in for a bunch of damage. Oh, wow. No 1-drop and no 2-drop. Interesting. All right. So that tells us a lot about their hand. They probably got a decent amount of Rivens and Victors and Cats. So what are our options here? We can go Ballistic Bot into Ignition, getting a proc on both. We could go for the Risen Rider and just try to open on them. But because they don't have any, they didn't play anything on turn 1 or 2, their hand is almost for sure like expensive units and removal. So I think our Risen Rider is just going to eat a Mystic Shot, and we're going to kind of miss the opportunity of getting our other bot down here. If we could draw like another Zonite Urchin or a Poro Cannon to get our Chompers into play, this would be a huge turn for us potentially. Okay. So good chance we see a Victor here. I just want to go Ignition, Risen Rider, and then it puts them in a really awkward place because they don't really want to block with their Victor or with their Neandroid. And we're pushing a bunch of damage. That's what they end up doing. Okay, it's a Riven instead. It's also pretty okay. Man, a Poro Cannon here would be absolutely insane. We go Baboon, Cannon Chompers, pull Riven, attack for just 1,000,000 damage. I guess we'll go with the Risen Rider. It's a good chance to just eat some Mystic Shot, but we kind of need some force. We need to force the what do you call it? The action. Oh, we're super happy with this block because I assume that they were going to block with the Android here. But getting 2 onto Riven so that we can Mystic Shot her, really good. Also, though, they're going to 6. Yeah, okay. I was going to say they have to. They have to kill something here. All right, they're still going to 10 though. They're going to 10. We have 8 points of burn plus 2 ignitions. We have lethal right now, and we're at 19. Shows you how, like, this was a very like whatever draw from this. This was not a particularly exciting draw. All right, as long as As long as this doesn't get lifesteal, right? No lifesteal here. Huh? Be cool. Be cool, Victor. You don't need to steal any life. If they do get lifesteal, we'll probably... well, I mean, they'll only gain 3. Okay, it's overwhelmed. We're good. Let's see. Do we need to play a blocker for any reason? Oh, yeah. I forgot that we could go Baboon into Grenadier. I forgot that you can play Grenadier to discard a card. I'm so used to just discarding Grenadier. So last turn, maybe that was the play. One of our bots would have died, though. So anyway, I'm pretty sure we just... Let's see. 3, 6, 9, 9. Yep. That's game. This would be so fun on our turn. We're going to go a Decimate, Mystic Shot, just put it all in the stack right away. You guys like this music? Is this board not clickable? Riot. Riot. Get it together. So because we have lethal... Triple checking. Yeah, okay. Nothing worse than thinking that you have lethal and like trading off your guys and then doing the math wrong. Not a good time. Oh, there's a Rumble. Thanks for joining the party. That's cool. Hayukin. All right, next game. Let's go. Up against Scouts. So again, really want to find a Rumble. Just throw it all back. Rumble, let's go. Ah, there you go. Easy game. That's how you do it, by the way. You just yell at your screen for what you want. And it works 100% of the time that it works. And the times that it doesn't work, you just ignore those. Man, anytime I can beat Scouts, I always feel pretty good. I don't know what it is about this deck that's so frustrating. When it goes off, it's just like... so hard to deal with. Do we go with a Baboon first? Let's see, what could they go? They could have Petricite. Oh wow, we have a Might also. Does not suck. Yeah, I think we do want to go Baboon, because we want to go Baboon, and then have 2 Chompers to discard to our Rumble. They can, yeah, I was gonna say, they can play a guy out, and then they can play a Misfortune, and they can grab here. Okay, cool, we're happy with this trade. We accept these terms. Now, hopefully they don't have a Misfortune.
Where's my hammer?
Oh, okay. Just get in for 2. That works for us. Baboon number 2.
All right, let's get to work. Help! Somebody help!
Huh. Man, these things can get really annoying. If they get a Petricite guy with, you know, the 0/3. Okay, so hold on. Let's think about this for a second here. What is the 3rd card we're going to discard? I think it's Poro Cannon. So I think we want everything else. And I guess for some context here, the Ballistic Bot burns them and gets big. The Might we obviously want with the Rumble. The Decimate, we want burn. We're going to go Rumble, Might, push a bunch of damage, and we want to try and finish them off. Station Archivist does the same thing. Finds us some burn, or maybe another Might, and or like a Decimate or whatever, and also acts as like a warm body to block. So now the question is, do we bother pulling with the other Chompers? Yeah, I guess so. Depends what they do. Because we could just pull just the Squire out of the way.
Full throttle.
So I think we go pull. And this way, if they block here, we're still pushing 3. And if they block the Baboon, we're pushing 6. Fantastic. Also, flipping Rumble. Uh-oh. Wow, I did not see this coming. Double sharp sight. Okay.
Come on, baby. Scrap.
Huh. That did not suck for them. Wow, I don't think I've ever had that happen. No one's ever killed a Rumble in combat. That's wild.
Needs heroes.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
now
a
we're
bit better.
now we're in trouble. Because their stuff is gigantic. All right, let's go digging. I guess the Gex side is pretty good here. We can throw a Fallen Rider. Wow, what a blowout. Double sharp sight,
Still
getcha.
heart, steady aim.
I'm so used to them having a misfortune trigger. I was like, oh, our Archivist won't even die. Man, even a Might doesn't trade with Quinn. God, these freaking sculptors doing all kinds of work. Okay, we just let this through. Let's pass. If they just choose not to attack here, actually kind of sucks.
Just like hunting.
Well, like, who does it attack? Come on, yeah, get in there.
It doesn't add up.
Just really wanted to pick these guys off. Okay, so we still eat 5. We go to 8. They have a gigantic Quinn, the thickest Quinn ever. Technically, a Risen Rider plus a Might would kill her. This is where it's good to remember what things you had on top of your deck. So we had Get Excited. I think it like a Decimate, like a Poro Cannon. Okay, we're gonna start with a bot because the Risen Rider will trigger it. This music's so aggressive. Okay, this is the last video I used this this board. Who's into these boards? Like, this is like one of the, like, it's like fun for a second, but like, who's gonna listen to this all day? Okay, so we can go Risen Rider.
Alright, let's mess some folks up.
Oh wow,
friend.
it's been a while since I've seen that guy. So they can pull our Risen Rider, which is really annoying. We attack though, they block the Grizzled Ranger. We can push 6 damage, puts them to 10. Ignition is 1, decimates 4, another decimates another. You know what? I mean, we probably just died of this Quinn though.
How you doing?
I don't know. We're gonna go for it. Oh, there's a Get Excited on top of our deck too. This puts them to 10. Get Excited decimates 7. Ignition's 8.
Safety disengaged.
Still heart, steady aim.
If we can survive the attack, this puts us to 5. I feel like we don't have enough actions though, because this is gonna level, and so one of our units will get pulled. Then we could block Quinn. Now we're taking 5 and dying. What if we block Quinn right now? Then we go Archivist, it gets pulled. All their stuff's too big. We can't even get excited at anything. Wow. Alright, I think we need them to make a mistake.
Valor!
Whirling Death. Still not good enough. Man.
I think we have something on that case. Scouting ahead.
This game is
Justice takes flight.
so close. Like, we just needed one
Fly swiftly, kill swiftly.
1 point of health. I mean, they probably have like a rally or something, but block, and we just can't even kill anything. All right. Good game, Scouts. On to the next. Scouts again. All right, well, let's see if we can get them this time. Ooh, this hand does not suck. Yeah, this is pretty good. I think I might just keep all of this. I kind of want to get excited for a misfortune, but this hand kind of rocks. Also, like, the urgent lets us draw cards. I mean, okay, our Rumble turn is going to be real big. So I think we're going to start with Urchin on Fallen Rider. Poro Cannon Grenadier gets kind of cute. You can just get a burst speed blocker out. Hi. Draven. Okay. Interesting. So I wonder if we want a baboon right now. Yeah, I think we go Fallen Rider because I don't think they have anything really on 2 mana that blocks it.
I sculpt what others only
Yeah.
dream of.
So getting it for 4 here is huge. I mean, maybe even 6 they don't want to block. If they do want to block, that's awesome also, because you guys saw how annoying this thing was last game. Boom, they take 6. All right, we are looking pretty now. Sitting pretty? Whatever. You know what I mean.
And steal.
Man, this thing is so annoying. Okay, so I think we have to go Baboon over Draven here because we just really want the Chompers to push more damage next turn. Could block here, but no. Oh, we can also get a Poro down this turn, which I think we want to do. Then we can't get the Grenadier in play, though. So a Poro, a Chompers, and we'll play the Rumble, and then we can't get the Grenadier in. What's better? I think Grenadier. Just pushes more damage. We're gonna pull this Sergeant out of the way, and I'm like, should just be game. And I guess we get rid of a Poro Cannon because we have 2 of them.
Come on, baby.
Look at this board on turn 4. How insane is that?
I ran.
What a beating. Okay,
Anything helps.
pull over here. Just get him. Attacking for 18 damage
You don't
on
understand.
turn 4. Could have been 19 too if we wanted a Poro Cannon instead. No big deal. Okay, currently taking 15.
Stay still.
Currently taking 13. Okay,
Just needs a few adjustments.
so now Rumble's lethal, just from impact.
All right, let's get to work.
And if we ever draw Burn, we're also good to go. Just like that. Man, I feel kind of salty now for losing that last one. It was close. It was close. All right, well, there you have it, guys. Our I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm a big fan of this deck. Go kick some ass with it on a ladder while you can. And I will see you again tomorrow.
I wasn't even
Bye.
holding the controls.